What's up? Am I live? Never done a live thing. I wish I could see where the chat's at. Well, I don't got no views yet anyway, so it's whatever. Alright. Well, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Cholula's Comics, and I'm here bringing you your support the community tag. I got tagged by the big homie Manny NYC, and Manny, good looking out, man. I feel like it's comeback. Manny actually tagged me in his video maybe like a week ago, and I started watching his video. And as a matter of fact, go and watch Tat's video, because Tat can co-sign on this for me. Tat can co-sign on this for me, and that Manny keeps it way too real in his videos. So when the kids come in and you're watching his video, you got to turn that video off, because like I said, he keeps it way too real. So you guys, once again, this is my support the community tag video that's tagged by Manny NYC. Manny, I'm rocking the A's hat for you, buddy. You know what it is. It's the Oakland Athletics on mine. We keep the West Side real Oaklandish. And don't worry, I know we don't have as many rings as you, but we'll keep supplying you with star players. Don't worry about it, bro. I'm just busting his chops. He already knows what's up. And as you guys know, this video tag was actually started by my fellow West Side rider, Undisputed Frost. Not Undisputed Hater, but Undisputed Frost. He started this tag video, so I'm basically, from what I understand, and part of it is the fact that I haven't been watching videos as tough as I should be. So everybody who's joining me in the chat, I don't even know how to look this up. You guys know how to look it up? Anyone who's joining me in the chat, thank you guys so much for coming to check me out. From what I understand, there was some drama going on where certain people in the community didn't really feel like they were part of the community. And that's messed up. That's not right. All of us are here. We're all here for the same passion, the same hobby of collecting books, sharing that passion with each other, and doing it live and doing it moving. So with that being said, Frost says he wants us to show off some variant books, some stuff that you like collecting, some stuff that's in your collection. And it's actually really funny. Frost started this tag talking about variants, and the person that got me into this tag was Manny. And actually, nobody knows this. I've never really been out there to say this, but Manny's the one that got me into the type of variants that I'm going to show right now. And those type of variants are blank variants. Manny was one of the first dudes that I watched on YouTube that was talking about blank variants, that was talking about going to cons, and that was showing off artwork, custom artwork that he had gotten done from artists. He had one artist that always really intrigued me. He calls her La Abuelita, the grandma, because she's hecka old. Her name is Ramona Fredo, and she does great artwork. I wish I had something by her, but she's always on the East Coast, so I never get a chance to see her. But I definitely do have some stuff that I really like. I'm just going to show two books as far as my blank variants are concerned. First and foremost, I got my Champions #1. This Champions #1 is 9.8. I got a nice Hulk done, and this was done by the great Ron Wilson. And you know what, guys? Before I started doing this, I couldn't see the appeal of spending so much money to get an artist to do a piece of artwork for you, when I could be spending that money on books. But let me tell you guys, the first art piece that I ever got done, after that I was freaking hooked. I could not stop getting art pieces done. This is not the first, but it's one of the first. I got to meet Ron Wilson in person, shook the man's hand, negotiated a price for this. He was really reasonable. He did the whole thing in ink. It's really detailed, and it's something that it's not just the fact of having it in my collection, but having it in my collection reminds me of the time that I got to meet him. And you can't really put a price on experiences like that. So definitely a great book, something that I love having in my collection. Frost asked for variants. I got one more blank variant that I want to show off. This is my Death of X #1, and it's only an 8.5. Right? I mean, an 8.5 is not a great grade. It's not a horrible grade, but it's not a great grade, especially for a newer book. But let me tell you guys that this is my favorite blank variant in my collection, period, bar none, any day of the week. And the reason being is this book right here this cover was actually done by Mr. Joe Rubenstein himself. So I got to meet the man. I got to meet Joe. I asked him to do this piece for me. And basically what I asked him to do was, hey, can you redo the original Wolverine #1 miniseries, but instead of making it Wolverine, have it be Old Man Logan? And he did, but he kind of put a little twist on it. He made it look like the original Wolverine, who, as we all know, kind of got his. He was kind of the model that was used for him was kind of like a Jack Nicholson and a Clint Eastwood were used to make the original Wolverine, and you can see a lot of that influence here. I mean, the reason being is because he did the original cover. But man, I'll tell you guys, for the amount of detail that he put into this book, it's just, and you guys know Wolverine is my favorite freaking character of all time. This is definitely my favorite book in my collection. This is, even though it's an 8.5, and I know why. I should have looked at it before I sent it in. I should have pressed and cleaned all this out. It's a bunch of ink from the drawing, but you know what? I'm okay with it. If this is my personal collection, I'm never gonna let this go. This is mine. Nobody's gonna have this. This is mine. You can't have it. It's mine. So, anyways, Frost is talking about variants. What kind of variants do you like? Well, blank variants is one of them. Another type of variant that I'm really into, that I've always been into, is cover swipes. Cover swipes, homages, whatever you want to call it. And the reason I'm really into those is I think it started when I was a kid. And the reason being is, you have this book that you always wanted, like, let's say the Days of Future Past cover. And you can't afford it when you're a kid. But a brand new book will come out to cover swipe it. And even though you can't afford the original, you feel like you have a little piece of it taking home that cover swipe. And I definitely got that feeling when I picked these couple of books up. Luckily, I picked up these books when I was older. This is a Marvel Superhero Secret Wars number 8. As you guys know, this is one of the first appearances of Spider-Man in the black suit. And I was really lucky to get Mike Zeck to sign this. Came back in 9.6. I couldn't ask for more. I actually pressed and cleaned this book myself. I was happy to get this grade because I didn't think I was going to get it to be this good. So, when I found this book, Secret Wars number 1, cover swipe of Marvel Secret Wars number 8, I was like, oh my God, I got to get this signed too. Mike Zeck's going to be there. Got Mike Zeck to sign it. Instead of just the regular black suit Spider-Man, we got Miles Morales on the cover. What's not to love? I love this set. I love displaying this set together. And just cover swipes and homages is something that is near and dear to my heart as far as collecting habits and what I like in a variant. A dangerous thing about variants, that, anyways, personally for me, something that's dangerous about variants is, it's a term that's thrown out there in the community. We've all heard it, the variant trap, right? It's grown to have a real negative connotation. People say, oh, the variant trap, oh, those are garbage, those will end up in a dollar bin someday. Why are you going to waste your money on those? Like Manny said, and like everybody, like Frost said, like Biggie said, like Tat said, all the videos that came before me, I'm going to echo the same thing they said. Spend your money on what you like. Don't let nobody tell you what you can buy and what you can't buy, because you know what? It's your money and it's your books and it's your collection. So as long as you like it, you buy it, you keep it, it's good. It's yours. The problem with the variant trap for me is that it's a legit trap, because I made like one cover in the entire variant set of 30. And because I'm that much of an OCD collector, I gotta go and get the other 29 because I need the set. And I know that's my own thing, and I'm sure that there's a couple of other of you guys out there that have the same mindset, the same mentality. So that's where the variant trap comes into play with me. So I'm very careful as to the ones that I buy. In the beginning, I fell into a lot of the traps. And again, it's not because I don't like them. It's not because I don't want them. I still like them. I still want them. I have all my variants, and I'm happy I have them. But I'm more concerned from a financial perspective. You gotta take it easy sometimes. So speaking of variants, this one's for my buddy Seeking Near Mint, because I know he loves him some Stanley R. Germ. This is All New Wolverine number 19, the KRS Comics edition, and it's done by Stanley R. Germ. I got it in a 9.8. I actually bought this one off of eBay, and I got a really good price on it. So what's not to like? The important thing about this book is it's not something where I'll go and buy every single Art Germ variant that comes out. But All New Wolverine is a title that I collect. I've collected every single book in the title. I have them all. I have the entire run. So if I'm going to add a variant to any of my collections, it's definitely going to be a book that I own, the entire title series of, or that I'm working on getting, right? So this is a great book that I have in my collection as far as variants are concerned. Uh, Another one that everybody loves, J. Scott Campbell. So here's On the Wolverine #1. It's a 9.8, and it's the J. Scott Campbell sketch variant. Again, J. Scott Campbell is just an artist that I like. He's a popular artist. He's an artist that everybody likes. But to be able to pick this up at a 9.8 already slabbed at a price that I did, there's certain stuff you don't pass up. And I would have gotten this raw if I would have found it for a reasonable price. But I found a 9.8 graded copy at a reasonable price. Why not? I'm going to pick it up all day, right? As far as collecting habits are concerned, besides variants, if we're just talking about stuff that you like to read, you guys already know my favorite character, and it's not just because of the way he looks. This is just a title series that I love reading over and over and over. It's Wolverine. This is Wolverine #1 from his first title series. And I got it graded. I got it at a 9.4. Excuse me, I didn't grade it. I purchased it graded. And I purchased it off eBay. And a really funny story is that the seller was asking $75 for it shipped. I hit him at half price because he said, "Oh, best offer." So I hit him at half price, and I was super shocked at how fast he bid. I mean, the guy messaged me back right away. I was like, "Okay, so done." A part of me was like, "Man, I should have hit him with less," but you can't be greedy. A win is a win. I got the book for really cheap. And these are books that, if you guys have seen my Wolverine Wednesdays, these are books that I've been talking about for a long time that I wanted to slab. If not just for the protection, for this here in the back. Wolverine title series 1 through 10. None of them have ads on the back cover. They all have this, what they call the Wolverine Gallery, where they have a guest artist going to the cover pinup on the back. So the person that did the front cover is John Buscema, but the back cover is actually done by the great John Byrne. Something that I'd love to get signed someday, but according to the stories that I'm hearing coming out of New York Comic Con, that's probably not a good idea. So anyways, you guys, Wolverine #1 at a 9.4. Another artist and another book that I love, Wolverine #2. Got it CGC, I got it signed. And this one I got signed for the back cover. I love me some Bill Sienkiewicz, guys. Bill Sienkiewicz is probably one of my top 5 all-time artists. And I actually got to meet him at San Francisco Comic Con. He signed the back cover because this is the artwork that he did. So I was really pumped to get this one. Are you guys noticing the trend? I like slab books. And that's actually your guys' fault. The YouTube community, before I got into YouTube, all my books were raw. And I just wanted to spend money just on getting books and only getting books. And I didn't see the need, not only in spending money on getting signatures or getting artwork, but spending them on getting books slabbed. I was like, it's not that I didn't see the point, it's just that I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. But once I sent my first few books in, man, it's addicting. It's an addiction. But it's a good addiction. It's not, it ain't hurting nobody, This is my next book. This is Wolverine #10. I got it signed by Bill Sienkiewicz. Once again, this is the first appearance of Sabretooth in the title series, one of Wolverine's greatest enemies. One of my favorite artists on the cover. Got him to sign it. What's not to love about this? These are my collecting habits now because of you guys. Getting stuff graded, slabbed. Something else I like to do as far as collecting habits, like I said before YouTube, I was really focused on what I would get, partly because I was younger and wasn't making as much money as a grown-up makes. I was really just focused on collecting all my Wolverine books, and I would only focus on Wolverine titles, miniseries, one-shots, crossovers, things like that. But as I got more and more to the YouTube community and got exposed to more things, part of it was keeping up with the Joneses, but the other part of it is you get exposed to other stuff that you see that you maybe didn't know about, you weren't aware of it, and you start to like, and your interests grow. And I really started getting into key books, first appearances, things like that. Not that this is a super key or anything, but still, it's a nice little book that I got, and it was already 9.6. I won it in a raffle. 9.6 Spider-Woman #1. Why would you take that? All day I'm taking that. And you guys, this is the last book that I'll show. One of my favorites in my collection. Iron Fist #14. It's the first appearance of Sabretooth, period. And this is by far one of the top books in my collection, just based on grade alone, based on who it is, Wolverine's biggest arch nemesis, the fact that it was already slabbed. This is a great book that I have in my collection. And this pretty much sums up my collecting hobbies. Like I said, I used to just focus in on Wolverine title series, Wolverine miniseries, much things like that. And now I've kind of branched out. As you can see, the slabbing bug bit me hard. It bit me real hard. I like getting stuff slabbed. I like getting stuff signed. I like getting artists to do, art pieces on stuff. I do like variants. I got to be careful with my variants because, and again, it's not because I think they're worthless to me. I love the variants. I love collecting them. I love having them in my collection, but I just got to be careful. I just got to be careful financially. Sometimes it's too much to be spending. So with that, you guys, I just want to leave you with this. Everybody's already said it before. Collect what you like. Don't let nobody tell you how to collect. If you want advice, yeah, definitely be open. Be open to listening to other people's thoughts, their ideas, their opinions. But at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your books, it's your collection. You spend it how you want it. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. So be happy about it. Don't let anybody else get you down about it. We're supposed to tag 3 people, and I did the same mistake as Manny did. I freaking should have tagged these people in the beginning. So hopefully you guys are still with me. I want to tag my homie Airborne Sapper comic fan. It had been a minute, Airborne. I hadn't seen any videos from you, man. But actually, I just checked his page, and he has a few new videos within the past month. And actually, within the past day or two, he put up another video. So I got to go check those out. If you don't know him, go check him out. Sub him up. Cool dude. Has great stuff. Very knowledgeable. Also, my second person that I'm going to tag is Mr. Rigor Mortis. I see you haven't been tagged in this, sir. So I'd love to see what you have to say about your collecting and your collecting habits. And the third person that I'm going to tag, this is somebody who's a really big supporter all across the community. I see him in all the chats of all the live shows. He's always on my videos, even when I just get a couple views here and there. The guy's super cool. It's Leonard Hutchins. So Leonard, if you get a chance to see this video, please, I hope you get a chance to do a community tag video. Really cool guy. He has a couple of new videos up. I just saw one of his newest hauls, and we got a lot of the same tastes and things. So I'd be interested to see what Mr. Leonard Hutchins will put up. And you know what? I might add a fourth, only because I have a feeling I'm pretty sure he won't do it. El Cabron, Eddie the Comic Guy. You see this, man? Do a support your video community tag, man. It's been too long. You ain't been around. It's been too long, brother. All right, guys. I'm new to this whole live streaming thing, so I see that there's 8 viewers. If I was smart enough, I could have figured out who was in the chat. So I'm really sorry, or else I would shout you guys out. I'll go back and look to see who it was, hopefully, in the chat. I got to figure this thing out. My apologies, or else for sure I will shout all 8 of my viewers out that are out here on this live thing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching, whoever you guys are. And with that said, you already know what it is. It's Cholula's Comics. Till I see you next time, keep stacking hella comics.